You got problems, Oliver. Like, this is getting unhealthy.
I don't have a choice. They keep making them.
No, you do have a choice. Just stop playing them. No one watches this channel. This is gonna be the death of you. You know that? It's gonna kill you one day.
Well, another day, another Souls. Like, it's not like they're the hardest games to get right or anything. It's not like they're usually a pain in the ass to complete because you have to do and locate a bunch of things you couldn't possibly know, and if you fuck it up, you have to play the whole game again. Listen, I love the Souls games. I literally live and breathe these games, but there are certain things when completing them that can drive you kind of insane. Take Demon Souls, for example. I don't even know why World Tendency even exists. Mortal Shell, however, is a Souls-like, and while probably easier to complete, it's pretty much a coin toss as to whether or not it's any good. But considering I am the best gamer to ever live and criminally underrated, this should be over relatively quickly. And also, there's no missables, so I can't possibly fuck everything up. Right?
So this is Mortal Shell, and it surprisingly looks pretty good. The controls are tight and the combat feels fairly decent. Hell, if it keeps this up, I might actually enjoy myself. I'm not gonna bother explaining the story or all the mechanics because I haven't a fucking clue what this game's about, and if you can't figure out how this game's played, then you've got brain damage. There is, however, one mechanic that I guess separates this game from the other, which is harden. About every 10 seconds you can harden, which is basically a guaranteed block. It'll allow you to run in and whack a guy without getting hit, but the moment you get hit, you're gonna unharden and you should probably roll away. It's fairly easy to get used to and works well. Another useful thing in this game is that when you die, you're given a second chance, kind of like Sekiro, but less cool. This is all taught to you in a quick tutorial, which by the way, you have to beat the tutorial boss first try for one of the trophies. I didn't get it. Fulcrum is a big fucking swamp. Wow, what a surprise. It's basically the hub of the game that connects all the areas. Problem is everywhere looks the same, so even after finishing the game, you still don't have a goddamn clue of where to go. Nothing about this area is particularly difficult, it's kind of designed so you can get used to the game's controls and explore. You'll learn that it is indeed punishing, and yes, poison still sucks. This will also be the development of your love-hate relationship with the lock-on system. Oh, look, a loot. Take it away, Johnny! You know what, we can work on that. So you're eventually gonna find this castle where the maiden will be, who of course is the person who upgrades all your stuff. You have to find a name first? Okay, well, looks like I can't upgrade. I don't really know what I'm doing here, I'm just sort of wandering around nameless. Oh god, that's a giant frog! Don't worry, giant frog, I'll play you some music. I'm getting there. Oh, there it is, the first boss. Grisha hits incredibly hard, and if you're unlucky, he'll do that grab move that'll probably kill you instantly. Grisha, though, is actually where you'll learn the most useful strategy in the game. All you do is run in, attack, harden, and back away. And this is how you'll fight everything. In the entire game.
Oh, you have to hold it down to upgrade. Oh, okay. You know what? This is shaping up to be a pretty good game.
Yes, that would have been what had happened, only if I didn't overlook the one little detail that I'm a fucking idiot. So Mortal Shell isn't a very big game, and because of this you can actually tackle any boss in the game in any order other than the final one. Of course I didn't know this, so I didn't know which area I was supposed to go. I did discover how to get a new weapon, but that was about all the success I was going to get for a while. So I ran through the first dungeon and just got sat on. There's like 70 enemies here and I do no damage, so clearly this isn't where I'm supposed to go. I tried the next dungeon and somehow clipped through the map and was forced to kill myself because of course I did. So I ran through the next area, ran around getting rid of these torches, still doing no damage, and then it finally hit me. I haven't a fucking clue what I'm doing.
I thought I knew everything. I thought no game could beat me. But alas, I am lost.
You missed the thing that allows you to upgrade your weapons.
Oh.
So the chests in this game are completely camouflaged in Fargrim, and one of them contains the damage upgrade for your weapon. Crisis averted, I'm still a god gamer. The Shrine of Ash is the first area of the game and is where you'll learn to take things slowly. A lot of the bigger enemies are a lot easier if you just take your time. Remember that Harden is a guaranteed block, so anytime it's not up you should feel incredibly unsafe. There's this one part where 2 big sword guys attack you though, and that part can go fuck itself. There are 2 more damage upgrades in here, so I recommend you get them before fighting the boss. Really, the only tough part of this dungeon is any enemy with fire. Fire is the worst status effect in the game, but if you keep rolling, it won't do any damage to you. But that doesn't help when these big fuckers can throw fire that'll kill you in seconds. There's also a flame sword guy at the end who is just there to fuck you over, but his attacks are fairly easy to read, so as long as you use the attack and harden strategy, you'll be fine.
Ew, that's not a cool looking boss at all. What a loser. Well fuck, he hits hard.
Imrod is basically the generic brute enemy in every game ever. He even charges for fuck's sake. Thankfully his attacks are easy to read and I only died 2 times, so you shouldn't have that much of an issue. He does kick you a lot, but the kick does no damage. In fact, most of the time it opens him up for more attacks. After that, you rip this thing's heart out and run for your goddamn life.
Oh, the game just got harder, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Whenever you steal a gland, you have to run all the way back and catch it in to get rid of the fog. The fog spawns these incredibly annoying enemies that feel like they were designed to make it hard to run back. This is mostly because they have a jump move that'll stun lock you and probably kill you. They'll also automatically do this if they land on your head. I didn't know you could cash in the glands back at the castle because I don't read the dialogue because I'm an asshole.
What the hell? What happens if it hits you with its head? Oh, it poisons you. Of course it does. Oh, it's Grisha again. Fuck off, Grisha. So I'm at the boss, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere to upgrade my weapon. Do I seriously have to run all the way back? Maybe there's an item that does it. Oh, that's how you summon weapons. How do I swap back? Please. God, no. Why don't I have the item to summon it back? I have it for every other weapon. I bet it spawned where I picked it up. I have to run all the way back. All the way to another dungeon. This is the only area in the game that locks you out. I now have to fight a mid-level boss with a level 1 weapon. Shit. Why are you doing this to me? How many more of you are there?
Why does everyone think they can be you? I'm losing my hair because of you.
No, you're not. You got a haircut.
Shut up!
Why don't you try fighting it first?
I could do that, yeah. So this is the ice boss.
Tonight's forecast. A freeze is coming.
Even with a level 1 weapon though, it only took me 4 deaths. His first phase is practically no threat. Wait for when he does these 2 horizontal attacks and hit him, but if he does them slightly slower, he'll do a vertical attack afterwards, which you can also take advantage of. His second phase, however, is a bit more intimidating. Originally I was dodging the attacks where he summons the icicles to freeze you by simply hardening and then running away, but you can actually just roll away completely. The rest of his attacks look dangerous but are surprisingly easy to dodge. Just be careful with the first attack. The hitbox is not only annoying but stays around for a while. So this is the worst looking area in the entire game, but this is made by a team of like 15 people. Now in order to activate the gate to go into the tower, you have to activate all 3 torches. But I actually already did this when I was horribly confused and didn't know what I was doing. Don't worry, none of this matters because believe it or not, the best strategy for the entire area is just to run straight through it to the boss. The boss being this dude and his friend. Aww. Strangely though, the first phase is harder than the second due to the little dude being able to shoot arrows at you. When he does this, it's best to roll towards him so he stops doing it. For the rest of the fight, I literally don't even know. It really is just attack and harden. His attacks are incredibly predictable and I no-hit the second phase. So the big scary looking creature you've been given the glands to betrays you. God, when am I gonna learn not to trust monsters in these games? This is also the last boss. Wow, that was really short. First off, this boss is kind of awesome, but what you're gonna realize straight away is that this guy has a lot of health. Thankfully though, he's easy, I never died to him. Not only are his attacks easy to dodge, but you can just wail on this guy until he gets stunned. If you get low on health, you can parry these guys he spawns, so he's more of just a matter of time, really.
Glimpsed this moment over and over. Am I now to witness your ascension?
Wait, I don't want to go to New Game Plus yet. I want to check something. Okay, now I can do New Game Plus. Oh, but don't have to fight the last boss again. That would just be retarded. Fuck! No, I was under the impression that you could get everything in one playthrough, but it turns out you can't. It turns out if you kill Crew 6, it locks you out the area forever. Fuck.
Now in this game there are 2 trophies for getting all items and reading all the lore. Okay, kinda stupid, but whatever. Because I locked myself out, I have to run all the way back through the Seed of Infinity, light all the torches again, climb all the way to the top, and for what? But 3 lore items that are impossible to find, and a fucking mango. A mango! If that wasn't bad enough, for some reason there's a trophy in here to spend 50,000 souls, I mean tar, at this merchant. I spent probably about 2,000 throughout my entire playthrough. He doesn't even sell anything good, why can't I just play a game that doesn't require me to grind just one time? Well, time to sit here for a while and kill the same enemies over and over again. Yes, that would have been what had happened, only if I didn't overlook the one little detail that I'm a fucking genius. So you get about 1,200 souls each run, which will probably take about 2 hours to get 50,000 soul, I mean tar, goddammit. But I only grinded about 5,000, as when I opened the save data I realized that the trophy save is different from the character saves. So I backed up my saves to the cloud except the trophy data. I spent all the money, quit the game, and rewrote the new saves with the old ones. And I got all my soul, tar back. This means I could spend about 5,000 every 2 minutes, and it takes 2 minutes because the load times are kinda shit.
You know, I wish I could tell you that that was it. And for once, there's a Souls-like that isn't complicated and doesn't take 7 years. But no, I have to play the whole game again. Well, stop cheering. That's not a good thing. Stop cheering!
In Mortal Shell, you can inherit 4 different shells, which are basically just different builds. But what if you never inherited a shell? What if you ignored the main feature of the game? Well, they clearly thought about it because there's an achievement for it. Well, there's 2 actually, but they're practically the same thing. An official no-shell run is achieved by interacting with the shrine in Fulgrim, which will renounce all your shells and upgrades. But we don't have any shells anyway, so all it does is make us black. Essentially, this is the hardcore mode of the game, much like real life. With no shell, you may have practically unlimited stamina, but you die in 1 hit, and I mean it. Look, I died to a frog.
But, like most level 1 runs in games, what that means is you don't have to level up or upgrade, meaning souls, tar, is completely worthless to you. And if that's completely worthless to you, that means you can literally just run past all the enemies.
For all these bosses, I recommend using the first sword you get, as its weapon ability is a guaranteed stun. First things first though. Imrod is still a giant loser. If you're patient, he shouldn't cause you much trouble except for the charge he does. This thing will always catch you off guard, and I recommend you harden the moment he starts doing it. Crucix still has a very easy second phase as long as you know his attacks, but this ranged motherfucker will destroy you. The moment he crouches, you should roll straight towards him to get him to stand up. If that wasn't bad enough, he can also do this jumping attack where he'll shoot arrows as well as jump on you. But as I said, after his first phase is over, he's not really a threat. So, to the Crypt of Martyrs and back to the boss. This shouldn't be that difficult.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yeah, this guy's a little unpredictable, which is a big issue when you have to beat him without getting hit. The first phase really isn't that bad. Sometimes those horizontal swings can throw you off guard, as sometimes he'll do an overhead or you'll just misinterpret the range. The second phase is a little more scary as he slides around and he's difficult to predict. A lot of the time though, you can get a jumping attack off on him, and the best time to retaliate is to dodge his thrust attacks. It'll take a while, but overall isn't that difficult. This is it. The dreaded possibly 20-minute long fire. I'm just kidding. Somehow the last boss is even easier. I still haven't died to this guy. You really can just bully him as long as you know when to harden. I didn't bother with the whirlpool as the enemies he spawns are more dangerous than him. The weapon ability though is the true champion of this fight. It will stun him every time. Also, if you got the forbidden offering, you'll be able to use it way more often, so rip his heart out and take a deep breath.
Well, can you believe it? A Souls game that isn't the worst fucking thing in the world to complete. And for a team of 15 people, it's one of the best ones I've played. So what is it like to 100% Mortal Shell? It's completely manageable. Video games are fucking doomed.